everyone, my name's Lou Sims and welcome to my channel. I'm here today to share a project I've made from Ciao paper, the new Enigma collection that's come out. And oh boy, is there so much in this collection, from backing papers, from imagery, from snippable sheets. Oh, it's just a real smorgasbord, for want of a word, of different items. And it's got a World War II, 40s, 50s vibe to it. But the colours can also be used right up to today. There is just so much. Now, one of the things that is new to the collection is they brought out what they've called a fussy cut pad, and it's 6x6 papers. And you get 8 sheets and 3 of each. And they are just full of bits to snip out. So we've got name plaques, the little door handles, numbers, faux brads on this one here. And then we've got like office bits and pieces. I love the stamp one here, down to rubbers, pens, pencils, little labels, even tiny little paper clips. I love the old-fashioned pencil sharpener too. Then we've got a sentiment sheet, so you can cut these all out or just use it as a total backing paper. We then move on to this one here, which has got like coins, keys, number plaques that you could see on doors or, like on cabinets, little doorbells. Again, so much to snip out. Tickets, dartboard starts. Oh, and the colour palette is beautiful. This sheet here has more of a vintage brass sort of look, metallic look to it. We've got things like up and down like you would see on lifts. You've got like a doorbell there, all the little faux brads that would go with it as well. So much to cut out. And this sheet here just shows you some of, I suppose you could call it the spy things: tape recorders, telephones, cameras, film reels, binoculars, looking glasses, film strip. So much on there. And then back to the beginning. So you get, just in that 6x6 pad, more embellishments than you know what to do with. However, if you didn't want to use one sheet as an embellishment sheet, each one is a backing paper as well. So they're all different backing paper designs that work superbly with each other as the colour palette. And as with Ciao, you can still do all your inks and lotions and potions on top of it. Okay, so that's the new 6x6 fussy cut pad, which I think is a genius idea. So I'm going to put that to one side and we'll have a look at some of the others. Now, in the collection, we get always get 8x8 paper pad. We'll get a 12x12 and we'll get a 6x6 paper pad. And the paper pads are double-sided, so you'll get imagery on one side and you'll get a backing paper on the other. Now, I can't show you all the sheets because I've been chopping into mine, but if I take the papers out from there, but just to give you a little bit of an idea, even on the front cover, these can turn into different toppers. Even these would work as well. But on the reverse, you have different tags and toppers, sentiments. I mean, beautiful imagery there. That could be just on card making if you want it to be, as well as your album making and your 3D projects. Again, lots of different imagery. This could be cut up into 3. It doesn't have to be just one. Or alternatively, use the backing paper on the reverse. Some of the papers are plainer in design. You've got another second image here. And you've got sentiments as well. All the secrets of the world are worth knowing. I'll start again. All the secrets of the world worth knowing are hiding in plain sight. And again, with the telephone, the stamping, keeping it confidential. You've got the beautiful lady there. So you can chop into these. But also in the 8x8, you do get snippable sheets, which means the embellishments will be slightly larger. And, and it keeps going and going and going. As you can see there, even more, even down to like the Enigma machine that we've got in there, an old-fashioned typewriter, and obviously here's where I've been chopping up other bits. And that's the 8x8 pad, and you will get that. Let me just, if I move that out of the way, if I grab, so the paper pad version in 12x12 will be exactly the same, but obviously 12 by 12 rather than 8 by 8. So you can get even larger images for your bigger projects that you want to do. So a larger memory album. But then you've got the 8 by 8 if you want to do something smaller. So I'm going to put you to one side. And next we get the patterns pad. Now this patterns pad is the one I've mainly used to decorate the object I've made, and I'll explain more. And they're double-sided sheets. I've been obviously chopping into mine, so let's just take it out of there. But even the front covers are all elements that you can use in your background making. You get an alphabet, a beautiful, beautiful, you know, sheet there. That could be used as a whole piece. And so there's all the little bits I've been chopping out. Let's move you. We've got there like where the typewriter keys blown up in different sizes. You could sit and snip all of these out individually, glossy accents on the top or clear embossing powder. But then you get a different sort of paper on the back if you didn't want to use them. So everything is double-sided. So there's lots and lots of different choices. This one here for the International Morse Code and the Enigma machine. I think that could just be framed by itself, personally. And then we get even more imagery that we can use. As I said, I've been chopping into mine, so it's not showing you all the sheets, but it's just giving you a brief overview of how much is crammed into this collection. And finally, you get the A4 creative pad. I love these creative pads because you can use them for your card making. You could use them for your memory books. You can use them for your 3D projects. And again, with Ciao Bella, let me just take this out. I've been chopping into mine a little bit for different projects I'm making. There we go. Oh, there's bits there. The front covers, again, are all usable if you want to use that imagery. With a beautiful backing paper. I love that. It's fingerprints. You get elements that you can cut out if you want to, or alternatively backing papers. And each of the collections, whether it's 12 by 12, A4, 8 by 8, 6 by 6, all work together, even all the imagery. So as you can see, the creative pads are another way if you want to cut out lots of different elements. And there's different things in there, like the rules of darts. You've got the secret there. Please ring the bell. So some of the imagery, although the same, is slightly different. I love these cards that you can cut out, and they make beautiful pocket starting points for pockets in your memory books. Alternatively, they could have a photograph on the back of them. They'd make great starting points if you like the waterfall effect in your memory books, because you've got these decorated, and being double-sided, you've already got that on there as well. So as you can see, we've got I love these little note cards that you can add to all your projects as well. And it goes on and on. As I said, everything then is also double-sided, so you can do the papers as well. So it's a real, it's a collection that's got a little bit of absolutely everything in it for everybody, but every colour palette will work with it. You can go dark, you can go light. Oh, okay, I think I've waffled about the virtues of this lovely collection long enough. And let me just show you what I've made. So I was inspired by a 1940s sort of vibe spy thing. And I wanted to create like a 3D bureau that I could put lots of different elements inside, like my little note cards, my files. And I wanted it to be curved, as you can see. And it goes down the back there and opens up. And then when I open it, I need to do this standing up, really. It slides down, and inside are all my little document wallets and everything like that. There's also a drawer which opens so you can put some other bits. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my camera around, and I'm going to give you a view of the project. And you can then see how it all opens up and what I've actually used to create each of the different elements. Right, I've turned the camera around, and what I wanted to show was how, I've created this beautiful, beautiful curved effect to give this bureau look. Okay, it doesn't look like a true piece of furniture, but it's got that vibe about it, which is what I was going for all along. Now, to create the roll top, I'm going to take the roll top out altogether so I can show you. And to create the roll top, I've used what's called Dollyboard. And this is Dollyboard here. It's 2mm. It's lightweight, but really, really, really strong substance. And this is from Dolly Dimples Crafts. So using the beautiful Ciao Enigma papers, I've cut myself a piece that I needed. And I've glued the papers on top. And then using this ingenious die, which is called the Living Hinge from Dolly Dimples Crafts also, I've actually then die cut all the way along this. And the idea behind it, I'm going to see if I can zoom in so you can see, is it just creates slight die cuts inside your card. And it creates like this weave effect. So then it will actually curve. I'm not damaged. As you can see, there's no creases on the card or paper in any way. The die actually does it. Now, the die isn't designed to go all the way through. And the main reason for that is so you have the integrity of the card for when you're doing your 3D projects. But it's such beautiful. It's very tactile as well once you cut it. Well, you can see, when I do like that, you can see where it is. But that is actually what's created that beautiful dresser appearance. So I'm just going to put my dresser back in. Now, when I created the bureau, at the back here, I've created some stoppers, so it goes down a little bit further. Okay, with hindsight, I should have made this piece slightly longer down here, which meant more of the roll top could have come back, exposing the inner part of my bureau. So I'm just going to put that bit down there. So as you can see, it rolls down and holds it up in place. As I said, if I'd have put this slightly further down, more of the top part would have come down. But hey, if I make it again, it's, you know, it's a design feature. So the idea is I can grab my handle once I've finished playing in my bureau, pull it down, and it's all then securely in place. I've got the dome, the curved look that I want over here. The reason mine's not sitting flat is I wanted to be able to put taller, I don't know, objects, files inside. And I found if I kept it too low down to match this, I couldn't do that. However, saying that, I can just squish it and it'll go slightly lower each time. So anyhow, this is like my bureau. So I've got my handle here, and all I'm going to do, I know you can't see all of it, is slide it back down. If I turn it side on, you can see I can slide it back down and I can bring it round to the front. And I've created just a stopper there to hold it in place, and then the handle still shows off. At the bottom, I've created a drawer, again with Dollyboard. And inside my drawer is lots of little goodies. So I can show those all to you. All right, let's roll you back. I was going to close the drawer, then I realised I was going to show you everything. I've used the also the Dolly Dimples ledger dies. I'm trying to do this behind the camera and not jog the camera. So I've used the Dolly Dimples ledger dies, and you get 4 in the collection to create my ledger wallets. And then these are like my little dossier files, and I've decorated them very minimally with elements from the Ciao. So what I'll do is I will take all my bits and pieces out that I've created, and I'll turn the camera back round so I can share them with you just that little bit more. Okay, I changed my mind. I thought the camera's here. I might as well show this way. I don't know why I said I changed the camera around, but hey-ho. Right, what I've done is I've used the backing papers, and this is some old, I found it in a charity shop. It was like an old notebook, and it's got like slightly torn edges down the side, and it's got that really, yeah, it's got an old feel to it. It doesn't feel smooth, shiny. It's very weird to explain. And I've created myself some little notebooks, and all I did is I made some holes with my bradawl or pokey tool into the spine, and then I've threaded the staples in, and then just push them back down again. And that way I could create the notebook the size I wanted it to be. On the front, I've taken some of the toppers you get, and I've just layered it up on the front with some of the other, you know, snippable elements that you can take from the fussy cut 6x6 sheet. And I just thought this could be nice as a little journaling notebook. It could also still be done with little, you know, not little, but no, with photographs in, and where with the fussy sheet, you've got all those name plaques and things like that. You know, you could write inside there. And I just thought it was a different way of, you know, keeping your memories however you wanted them to be. Right, I'm just going to put it back in there for now, like that. So I made a couple of these, and to be quite honest, I think it's 12 of these style toppers you get in the A4 creative pad. So I could have carried on making and making and making, but I thought I better stop and do 2. So again, it's exactly the same. I've just used some of the toppers. This time I've just torn some of that paper out and just gone round it. And it's exactly the same look. Back and front. I love this backing paper. It's got the fingerprints on. I think that is just so cool. So we've got 2 of those notebooks. As I said, I could have made a few more, but I don't know why I didn't. Now, on one of the backing papers, which I thought was brilliant, you get the right hand, left hand fingerprints. So I've just, and that's on a strip on the bottom of one of the 12x12 sheets. So all I've done is I've just chopped them away, and they're my minimal decoration. And taking the Dolly Dimples ledger board dies, and this is actually Dollyboard here, because I wanted the rigidity. I've created like some faux dossiers, and inside, again, using that paper I found, I've created, I suppose, a little book within a book. Again, it could be journaling, a notebook, it could be your photographs, but I could also, you know, decorate all this side up in here and add more and more detail to it. So I've got exactly the same. So I've got my left hand and I've got my right hand, and they're going to sit, well, they do sit. Sorry, I'm doing this with the camera. So they all sit there like that. And, you know, you would get them all, oh, that one would go behind, but it doesn't really matter which way around they go. So they all sit there like that, and the notebooks can sit in between, or the notebooks can actually fit inside the dossier wallets as well. Now, inside the drawer, what I've done inside my drawer here, tip it out, it's probably easier. Look, I haven't decorated the bottom because you don't see the bottom at the moment. I've created, again, these are the same toppers from the A4 creative pad that I used to create these notebooks. And all I've done is these I've cut down. This I've just left them, I've trimmed them a little bit so they would fit inside my drawer. But I've kept them all in one piece. And I thought they would make, like, you know, the faux identity cards. So you could have someone's picture on one side and a little bit of journaling or some detailing on there. Or 2 pictures on the inside and some journaling on the back. And but, you know, it's open in different ways. And I just wanted to, like, have that faux look about it. And they fit inside the drawer. And obviously the drawer fits inside the bureau. And it was, you know, I'm going to put that back there. And as I said, the reason why I've got this part taller was if I wanted to keep the notebooks upright instead of having to put them this way round, I've now got the height that I can do that with. And then that way the notebooks stand out and the dossier little folders stand out. And I could have made it 3, 4, 5, 6. In the Dolly Dimples ledger set, you get 4. So I could have made 4 little document wallets. And who knows, I might, you know, actually go ahead and do that. But the idea is then I can pull my bureau down. It holds in place. And where the notebooks are slightly higher, it doesn't damage them inside my bureau. And that's why I put that extra little lip on there. The drawer obviously will close. There's loads and loads and loads of space in the drawer, you know, to put lots more items that you wanted in there. I wanted a deep drawer rather than, I did toy with originally having maybe 2 drawers, but I thought a nice deep drawer would be good. And it allowed, you know, scope to put a lot more things in if that's what you wanted to do. I hope that gives you, you know, an idea of my project and how I was inspired, or why I was inspired to even create it, with the papers and everything like that. I'll put a link down below to my blog, because obviously on my blog I'll put a lot more photographs, a little bit more close-up detail. So if you want to see, you know, a little bit more of the project, I'll try and take a little bit of a closer detail, you know, of the lid with the living hinge, and I'll put a link to all the products I've used as well in the description box below. Thank you ever so much for your time today, and allowing me the chance to share my project with you, and, you know, my rambles about, you know, why I created what I wanted to create. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, leave a comment. Would love it if you became a subscriber to my channel too. As I said, blog links and links to all the products I've used will be listed in the description box below. And I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Hopefully sharing another 3D project with Ciao paper that I've got in my head at the moment. Take care. See you soon. Thank you ever so much for your company.